to share my PS3 collection. It's kind of a weird video, but I actually have some of my games out on loan right now to my sister. So these are the games that she's got on loan that I don't have for the video. So I'll just briefly go over those and my thoughts. Disney's Universe. I have no idea. I think I bought it for my kids a while back, and they never played it. I didn't play it. They might have tried it, but we didn't really get into it. Lego Harry Potter. It's a great Lego game. Never finished it, but I did play a good bit of it. The Genesis collection. It's pretty good. I do like the the newer one they put out, which I haven't got yet, but that one looks like it's a little better for the PS4 and the Switch. Probably will get that on the Switch. Back to the Future, the game, I have that on the PS4 as well. I beat it on the PS3, but I haven't played it on the PS4. It's a great Telltale game, especially if you like Back to the Future. It continues the story off of the third movie. Kingdom Hearts HD 1.5. You know, I played most of the Kingdom Hearts games. This one's pretty good. It's one is my favorite, and I don't feel like they've ever been able to recapture one, in my opinion. But yeah, I feel like Kingdom Hearts, it's there. I have it on the PS4 as well. Need for Speed Most Wanted. It's a solid Need for Speed game if you like arcade racers. All the Need for Speeds are pretty good. Need for Speed Rivals on the PS4 is probably my favorite one, but this one's a solid Need for Speed game. Uncharted 3, I have the other ones, we'll go over them. But Uncharted 3, she's borrowing right now. And Uncharted 3 is, amazing game and has a lot to offer. And it's one of the best games, but it's not the best in the series, and we'll get to that later. Batman Arkham Origins, it's the only Batman game I haven't finished. So I don't have a lot to say about it. I haven't even started that one yet. Arkham Asylum is my favorite Batman game of all time. And that's all she's got on loan. So let's go ahead and go through my games that I have here, my collection. So go ahead and take that off. Yeah, there we go. So Transformers, Fall of Cybertron. I bought this new a while back, and I popped it in. And I tried it out, and it looks really good. I just never got around to finishing it. The action in it's like really solid, and hold on that side. The action's really solid. It's pretty fast paced. This is on my backlog, and I do look forward to actually finally beating this game. I have played quite a bit of it though. Solid game. The Infamous collection. So I have played most of Infamous 1, but I didn't play Infamous 2. So these are my backlog as well. I want to go ahead and finish Infamous 1 and play Infamous 2. I'm really close to finishing Infamous 1, so there shouldn't be much left. But the Infamous games are really fun. They're like open world, not GTA because you're not gonna like steal people's cars and stuff, but you have superpowers, so it's like an open world superpower game. Um, really solid games, but I would like to get around to finally beating the first one and playing the second one. Ratchet and Clank, Tools of Destruction. This actually was a game I got with my PS3 when I bought my PS3. It's packed in, and this game is great, man. I love the Ratchet and Clank games. I haven't beaten them all, but this one was really good. And man, when this game came with my PS3 and I put this in, and I was like, man, this is crazy. It's like I'm playing a Pixar movie. And now I'm playing Rift Between Worlds and Rift Apart, whatever it is, the one on the PS5. And that looks even better. It's like never thought it would look better than this, but now it does. So really good Ratchet and Clank game. I like most of them. Okay, Skate 2. And these are in no order at all. Actually, we'll get to that in a minute. So Skate 2 is my favorite skate game. I grew up a skateboarder. I started skateboarding when I was 12 years old and didn't stop till I was probably 18. So Skate 1 started everything. Skate 2 perfected it. Skate 3 made it more, I don't know. I don't know what happened with Skate 3. It just wasn't as enjoyable for me. But Skate 2 is where it's at. And I'm really looking forward to them doing Skate 4, which I hope is coming soon. I'll be pre-ordering that for sure. The reason I looked over here is because I actually have Uncharted 3 right here. So I guess my sister either gave it back or I have two copies of it. But Uncharted 3 is great. Uncharted in general is great. Skylanders, Swap Force. I bought this for my son. We did play a little bit of it. We never beat it. Skylanders games are Skylanders games. Nothing really to say about that. Batman Arkham Asylum. I guess she gave this back too. Yeah, she gave this back. So she didn't keep all those games that I just went over. So kind of screw this whole video up. Whatever, I don't care. Arkham Asylum, my favorite Batman game. Madden 2010. I don't know. I used to like the Madden games on PS2 when I was a kid, so I just wanted to kind of relive Madden. And I picked this up. I actually picked one up for the PS4 as well, and I like to go back. I mean, I don't buy them every year, and I don't get really deep into them, but I do play them and I do enjoy them. Um, so yeah, for what it's worth, this is one of my favorite PS3 games, and it's kind of expensive now. But Puppeteer, if you ever see Puppeteer, pick it up if you can get it for a reasonable price. It is a really good 2D side-scrolling, story-driven platformer, and it's two-player, which is really cool. And it pretty much tells you a story like you're in a play. You have to use your scissors to cut through the scenes. Really unique game. I always recommend people play it, but unfortunately now it's gotten so expensive. It might have come down a little bit, but it's really hard to tell people to pay $70 for the game. But it might have come down now. Prototype. This is another one that's on my backlog because I hadn't finished it. I did play it though, played a lot of it, and I actually got to the point where I got stuck at a point where the game kind of glitched out on me and it didn't let me progress. I was like in the middle of a fight and I couldn't move, and I canceled the game out, restarted the game. I start right back in the same spot. So I think I might have found like a game breaking bug here. I'm gonna try putting it in again and see where my save loads me. But I did get pretty far in this game, and it's pretty much an Infamous clone, superhero game type thing. Pretty good. Now this is on my backlog, and I'm ashamed that it is because so many people love this game. But I did try it. I did put it in, and that's Nino Cooney, Wrath of the White Witch. Uh, Turn based is so hit or miss with me. I can do it with Pokemon. I can do it with some of the Final Fantasy games. I did it with South Park, no problem. Enjoyed that. It's very hit or miss. I can do it with Paper Mario games. This one, I was falling asleep while I was playing the game, and I know this is supposed to be really story heavy and sad and all that. So I want to get around to finishing this game, and it's on the backlog. It's going to get done because I want to be able to have a fair opinion on it, and I'm sure I will love it once I finally get into the game. Assassin's Creed 3. I'm not an Assassin's Creed fan, like at all. I played the first one and beat it, and never really went back. But I did buy this because it's supposed to be like the American Revolution or whatever, and I'm like a history fan, especially American history. Um this wasn't really that interesting. I am going to go back and beat it, but it wasn't what I thought it was going to be from what I played. And I got to be fair, I didn't give it many hours, but unfortunately, you're going to see my PS3 collection has a lot of backlog. I don't know why that is, but it is. The PS3 was when I really got into collecting, so I was probably just buying a lot of games and not getting around to them. So, 3D Dot Heroes. This is another one that's I started playing, never finished it, and it's a Zelda clone, specifically the NES Zelda, which I recently just beat, and it's pretty expensive now. I think it came down in price a little bit. It's made by FromSoft, which is well, it's made by Atlas, but FromSoft was one of the developers as well, and it's a really from what I played, it's really cool, especially if you like the original Zeldas. Um, well, Zelda 1, not so much Zelda 2, and maybe Link to the Past. More Zelda 1 than anything. So that's on the backlog. That's going to get beat. That's one of the ones I'm doing soon. 007 Legends. This is actually, I think this was my dad's game. He's like a big 007 guy. He always buys all the games. And he gave it to me to try, and I just never got around to it. So I haven't even tried this game yet. I will, though, one day. So we have the God of War collection 1 and 2. I've played all the God of War games. God of War 1 is my favorite out of the first initial God of Wars, not the new PS4 God of War. The new PS4 God of War is my favorite God of War of all time. But if you take the old games, God of War 1 is my favorite. God of War 2 is great, it's just more of the same. And God of War 3 is great, but the camera is terrible. The camera zooms out way too far, and you can't see what's going on, and I don't enjoy that. But the game is great, and the last fight is pretty badass too. So, oh shit. Fallout New Vegas. This is my favorite Fallout game. It's the only one I actually completed all the way through. I love this game. Yeah, it was just something about this game. It didn't take itself too seriously. I like the Vegas lore and stuff like that. I don't know. I liked it. It was really good. And it wasn't as long, I feel, as the other ones. Fallout 3, I got really far into and never beat. And I know everybody loves Fallout 3 and Fallout 4, this and that. My wife is a huge Fallout fan. But I never finished this one. So maybe I'll go back and finish it. But I played probably like 20, 30 hours of the game. So I think I got the gist of the game and I wasn't the biggest fan. Dishonored, got about halfway through this game, never finished it. The reason why I never finished it is because it's very stealth heavy. And I'm not a huge stealth fan, but I do want to go back and finish it so I can give it a fair, um, fair shot. So probably will get around to beating this. I'm like halfway through the game. Call of Duty World at War. I think I have World at War on like 360, PS3, and the Wii. World at War is my favorite Call of Duty game. I don't know. It's just cool. I like the old style war guns and stuff. I don't know. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. I only play the Call of Duty games for the story, so I never pay full price. I always get them when they're dirt cheap and they're a couple generations behind. And I do enjoy the story for what it's worth. I enjoy the shooting and stuff. I don't play online. Brutal Legend. This is a unique game. I never beat it. It's on the backlog, but I did play a good bit of it. And you play as this character, and your weapon is your guitar, and it's voiced by Jack Black. And if you love metal, like this is pretty awesome. Like the music in it is awesome, and the comedy is in there. So I really want to get around to finishing that. And it's a 3D action. I wouldn't say platformer, more like a hack and slash game. Um, Bioshock One. This is my favorite Bioshock game. After that, it would be Bioshock 3, and then 2. But well, 2 I never completely finished. But I did finish 1. That's what we're talking about, and 1 is amazing. If you can get through, I know it's kind of hard now. The graphics are good, but they don't quite hold up. And I wish they would like almost remake it. But man, the story in this game is just so good, so good. Twisted Metal. I got this because I played Twisted Metal on the PS1. I don't know if I beat the story or if it even has a story, but I did play it a good bit with my son, and it's a pretty fun. It's Twisted Metal. Yeah. Lollipop Chainsaw. This one's kind of gotten expensive now too. I This is in my backlog for this month. Actually, it's going to get beat for the month of February. I played a little bit of it already, and it's really good. It's a hack and slash. You play as this cheerleader, and everybody's turned to zombies or whatever, and your boyfriend's turned to a zombie, and I think you cut his head off, and she like ties it to her belt or whatever. So the humor is here, and you play as this cheerleader. So yeah, The Last of Us. This is one of my favorite games of all time. Haven't played the second one. Don't know if I will, but I have it. And this game is just so good. The story in this game is just, if you haven't played The Last of Us, you got to play The Last of Us. Um, it's phenomenal. So I don't want to give too much away, but this game is a special game. It's one of those special ones. They come up rarely. LA Noir on the backlog again. I have it on PS4, so that's probably where I'll play it. But I started it here on the PS3, and I don't know why I never finished it because it's right up my alley. Like I love that time frame. I think it's the 30s. No, it's the 40s. I love that time frame, and it's pretty much a GTA game in the 40s. So really cool game. The Journey collection. I did play Flower, and I did play most of. Actually, no, I played all of Journey. The one here I didn't play though. Flow. I didn't play Flow, so I have to get around to that. All right, the next game I got is Jericho, which this is on the backlog. I don't know anything about this game. I bought it, I guess, at GameStop a long time ago, and just never got around to playing it. So I don't know anything about it. It's another one that people are going to be upset that I haven't played. Well, I played but not beaten, and that's the Eco and Shadow of Colossus collection. Um, Me and my son started Shadow of Colossus. We got about halfway through the game. Eco, I haven't really started yet. And we got The Last Guardian. We started that. And we never finished it. So I don't know. Hopefully I can get through those games because I hear some people that's like their favorite game of all time. So this one I did finish. Heavy Rain. This game is this game is amazing. Now the graphics are really good, but the way your character moves probably doesn't hold up the best right now. When you play it, it's going to seem a little dated because of that. but the story in this game is just insane, and you have to make choices and decisions, and just the best. In my opinion, it's the best Quantic Dreams game that they made. It was their first, I think. This one is another one that's kind of going up in price that I bought at GameStop a while back for $6, and that's Heavenly Sword. Um, I think it's like a God of War clone, but I haven't played it, so that's on the backlog. Like I said, my PS3 has a lot of backlog. I don't know why so much. But, Grand Theft Auto 4, played quite a bit of this. This is actually when I started to get out of Grand Theft Auto. Like I bought this game, I played a good amount of it. I don't think I beat it, but I played a good bit of it, and I was just like, I just wasn't getting into it anymore. San Andreas and Vice City was great, and then this came around. I wasn't a big fan, and then I played 5, and I didn't really like 5 either. So maybe I'm just not into Grand Theft Auto anymore. I don't know. Yeah, I didn't really enjoy it. So we have Uncharted 1 and Uncharted 2. So Uncharted 1 was when I first played it. That's Uncharted 2. When I first played Uncharted 1, it felt special to me, and I loved Uncharted 1, and I was putting it up there like one of the best games ever made at the time. And actually, this is the only one I platinumed. I love Uncharted 1. Um, but then Uncharted 2 came out, and I got that day one, and Uncharted 2, man, just took everything to another level. And this game is just, man, I love Uncharted 2. It's my favorite Uncharted. And I think the story's the best. I think that the mechanics, well, the mechanics are about the same as 3, but the story I think is better in Uncharted 2. And the online at the time, which I'm not an online gamer at all, but I remember I had bad sunburn on the tops of my feet, so I couldn't go to work, which is that was stupid. But I was home for like a week, and I just did nothing but play Uncharted 2 online. So that game definitely has a special place for me. The Walking Dead Telltale games is the best Telltale games that they ever made. Is the first Walking Dead season 1. If you want to start with Telltale games, get season 1 Walking Dead, and it'll be one of the best games you ever play. Season 2, still great. Yeah, that light. Still great game, but not as good as season 1. Not as good, but still great. Resident Evil 6, um, didn't play it. Bought it, didn't play it. I thought the logo was funny. If you get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't. It's 2-player though, so maybe I'll co-op it with my wife or my son. Saw the video game. This one's gone up in price a little bit too. I started playing this and it doesn't play well. It's not a very good game, but I do want to actually get through it. It's made by Konami, so maybe it gets a little better. I really want to get through this game. It's on the backlog, and I hope that I get through this game so I can see it through. Skate 3 and Skate 1. Skate 1 started it all. Like I said, Skate 3 technically is probably a better game from a technical standpoint, but it's just not as good as 2 in my opinion. I didn't like the places as much. I didn't like how they took that you couldn't play games of Skate anymore. You play 1-up, which is stupid. Nobody plays 1-up. Like nobody plays 1-up. Like if you're a skateboarder, you don't play 1-up. You play Skate. I don't know why they did that. That was stupid. Um, South Park: The Stick of Truth. This is actually my favorite out of the 2, the Fractured But Whole one and this one. This one's my favorite. I like this one the best, but they're both amazing games. If you like South Park, pick this game up. It's really cheap. Pick it up. You're gonna love it. It's a turn-based RPG, but don't let that turn you off. You will get through the combat because of turn-based. While turn-based can be boring at times, they make it really fun and entertaining. I have 2 games here that I'm not gonna have anything to say really about, and that's some of the Wii, the not Wii, same thing. The PlayStation Move things. I did get the PlayStation Move. I bought into that. Uh, I didn't really like these. I mean, these games are fine. They are what they are. So Start the Party and Sports Champions. They are what they are. And then this is the last one I got, and this is on the backlog. And I actually played about half of this game. I have a habit of just playing half of a game and shelving it, and that's Mirror's Edge. First person parkour action game. Really, really good from what I played. So I look forward to beating that one. All right, so this has been kind of a long video. That's my PS3 collection. Probably not adding many PS3 games to that. I have the ones I want, and a lot of them are on PS4 now, so it's like not even really worth it. I hope you enjoyed the video, and hit the like button and subscribe, and come back for more videos. Thanks.